Consider again that pale blue dot we've been talking about. Imagine that you take a good long look at it. Imagine you're staring at the dot for any length of time. And then try to convince yourself that God created the whole universe for one of the 10 million or so species of life that inhabit that speck of dust. Now take it a step further. Imagine that everything was made just for a single shade of that species, or gender, or ethnic or religious subdivision. We can recognize here a shortcoming, in some circumstances serious, in our ability to understand the world. Characteristically, we seem compelled to project our own nature onto nature. Man, in his arrogance, thinks himself a great work, worthy of the interposition of a deity. Darwin wrote telegraphically in his notebook, more humble, and I think truer, to consider him created from animals. Close quote. We're Johnny-come-latelys. We live in the cosmic boondocks. We emerged from microbes and muck. Apes are our cousins. Our thoughts and feelings are not fully under our own control. And on top of all this, we're making a mess of our planet and becoming a danger to ourselves. The trapdoor beneath our feet swings open. We find ourselves in bottomless freefall. If it takes a little myth and ritual to get us through a night that seems endless, who among us cannot sympathize and understand? We long to be here for a purpose, even though, despite much self-deception, none is evident. The significance of our lives and our fragile planet is then determined only by our own wisdom and courage. We are the custodians of life's meaning. We long for a parent to care for us, to forgive us our errors, to save us from our childish mistakes. But knowledge is preferable to ignorance. Better by far to embrace the hard truth than a reassuring fable. Modern science has been a voyage into the unknown, with a lesson in humility waiting at every stop. Our common sense intuitions can be mistaken. Our preferences don't count. We do not live in a privileged reference frame. If we crave some cosmic purpose, then let us find ourselves a worthy goal.
Right about that shit. I was balls deep in my 30s, dude. So I was fully into it. And most flat earthers, same thing. Balls deep into space, fucking just ate it all up. And when they first heard of every flat earther, when they first hear about it, they get disgusted. Like I thought I wanted to fucking punch dudes in the face. Like, get that shit out of here. With that CIA psyop. Flat fucking earth. Everyone, no one ever accepts flat earth. Oh, that makes sense. That indoctrination is too deep. It's like religion. It really is. Space is religion. Space is space is Santa Claus. That's what that is. It's what it says in the Bible. That's what I believe it is. There's a permanent. And then check this out. When Warner von Braun died, put up Warner von Braun's tombstone.
Okay.
Dude, on his he was trying to tell people on his tombstone. Put tombstone. He has a Bible verse. He has a Bible verse. Look at that. Warner von Braun. What does it say? Psalm 19:1. Watch, and then we'll go read what that is. Now put up Psalm 19:1.
Oh, there it is at the bottom. Bam. Look at that.
Put that up. Put that up. Now, what does it say? What is that? What is that?
Okay.
This is coming from the dude who faked 6 moon missions. Look at that.
So the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sueth.
The firmament
The firmament
sueth his handiwork. Now the firmament is the dome. That's what separates the heavens from earth, or the waters from above and the waters from below. That's the firmament. That's the dome. That's when flat earthers believe in a dome. They're actually talking about the firmament.
Shut up, dude.
That was on Werner von Braun's tombstone. Get the fuck out of here, right? Look at that.
Dude. Shut up.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. That's what Werner von Braun put on his tombstone? Get the fuck out of here. That's a deathbed confessional right there. That's a dead... The guy who faked 6 moon missions put that shit on his tombstone.
Oh my God.
At what point? When does, everyone has a...
What is firmament?
Yeah. What is the firmament?
What is the firmament? Don't get rid of this page. Open another page. Yeah, I want to keep that on there because that shit is weird. Go open that.
Come on, man.
Hey,
did you just find out about this?
I did.
At what point does the bullshit meter go on? At some point. Everybody got a bullshit meter.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
At some point, your bullshit
you
meter
and I
gotta
agree on
go
so
on.
much that I always go, how can we agree on everything and disagree on this one fucking thing?
You don't disagree on it inside. You believe it, but you feel like it'll ruin your
Okay,
career.
the heavens and sky, especially the one regarded as a tangible thing, a spirit or worldview from a collectible people. I don't know if that, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. A Bible definition. No. Put in firmament dome. See, that comes up. Oh shit. Oh my God! Is a structure above conceived as a vast solid dome.
And that's what Werner von Braun put on his tombstone, dude. Come on.
Aaron, that looks like the fucking Hollywood
There's an
Bowl.
underworld too. There's an underworld right there.
They're lying to us about space, man. That's. I'll never.
What
go
is
back
on the
to
other
it.
side of the dome?
Heaven of the heavens. That's what it says.
What is that?
No one knows. People say, "Well, where's the proof of flat Earth?" Like, dude, we're not the ones with all the NASA $18 billion budget. You know what I mean? We don't have to prove shit. You have to prove what you should ram down our throats as children. You know what I mean? All we're doing is breaking down what you're saying. We don't have to prove. We don't have any equipment. We can't. How are we gonna prove it? But one thing that we can prove that I know for sure is that most of the Earth is water, right?
Yeah.
70-80%.
Yeah.
And water always finds its level, man. The only thing that's holding them together is the theory of gravity. Gravity hasn't been proved. There's no proof of gravity. People go, oh look, there's proof. Look, I lift this up and proof. All that's proof is this is more dense than the medium around it. What about a helium balloon? Helium balloon ain't gonna go down. It goes up when it defied gravity. No, helium is less dense than the air around it, so it rises. You drop a boulder in the ocean, it sinks right to the ground. You drop a beach ball in the ocean, it stays right there at the top because the water is less dense, or the air in that ball is less dense than the water. How come the gravity doesn't pull it down to the bottom where the rock went?
So I was thinking about Disney. Thinking a lot about Disney. You ever think about the symbol of Disney World? What is that? What's that thing over the castle? I've become my eyes have been a lot more open to symbol. What the hell is that? And I asked friends, what is that thing over Disney World? So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what is that? I'll tell you what that is. It's a dome. I was like, is it just that? No. Disney World is under a dome. And right now you got just trust me, right? Trust me for a little bit. Trust me for a little bit. So I'm thinking about this. And right now, just hear me out. Because right now you're thinking, oh, Big Bear, that's simply a rainbow. Or maybe it's a fairy wings. That is a dome. And why does it matter? Why does that matter? Why does all this dome imagery matter? Because Walt Disney was best friends with Werner von Braun, the guy who started NASA, the guy who designed the Saturn rocket that allegedly went to the moon. He never went to the moon. Oh, that's just one picture? No. Walt Disney and Werner von Braun were literally best friends. They worked together all the time. Why is that important? Oh, Werner von Braun was a scientist who built the Saturn rocket that got us to the moon. On his tombstone, Werner von Braun has one thing, Psalm 19:1. Well, what does that mean, Big Bear? I'll tell you. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament show it his handiwork. The firmament is a dome. That's interesting. The Disney symbol is the world under a dome. Disney was best friends with the guy who said, quote unquote, to get to the moon, we would need a rocket ship the size of the Empire State Building and then refuel. There was no way they were getting to the moon. Werner von Braun was a genius Nazi that we got from Operation Paperclip, and he's the father of NASA, right? He's also best friends with Walt Disney. And on his tombstone is one biblical passage. This one. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament show it his handiwork. Firmament is a dome.